How desperate do you think the fans are to get a national championship again?
I cannot speak for the fans, but I know the expectation is in the room for us is we want it more than anybody. I mean, we want it. I mean, we want it more than anybody. So I'm assuming that the fans probably do as well. But again, it's not a person in this facility that comes in every day, not a person on our roster that does not want it. It's just a matter of going out and getting it done. The little things that can put us into a position to have that happen for us.
Do you wish there had been the playoff when you were a player? Would you have liked to have seen that format when you were?
You know what? Anything that would allow me to play more football I'm in favor of that, man. I really didn't playoff, whatever it is. If they playing football, sign me up. That's just the kind of player I was. That's how I am. So whether it was a playoff format, more bowl games, I don't care, man. I just want to play football.
What do you think of CJ Precise, just kind of narrowing it down to this year's team? How tough has his transition been coming from receiver?
I think CJ's done a great job, man. I mean, he's a great athlete guy. I mean, a lot of God-given ability. I think he's a guy that can get it over with really fast. I mean, you can blink and that play can be done. His big play ability and just his ability to bring his receiving pass-catching skills to the backfield, I get excited for CJ because as he makes this adjustment and you see every day he gets that much better as a running back, he really is a complete guy. I mean, he's 6'1", 215 pounds that can fly. I mean, that's the kind of guy you want. So I think he's doing a great job. I see his transition. He's just going to continue to trend upward and continue to get better.
Fewer and fewer NFL teams seem to have a featured back that they rely on for 25 carries a game. Has that trend trickled down to college as well? And do you as a coaching staff sort of approach it as, hey, we need two backs that we can use regularly?
Absolutely. The game of college football is, I mean, somebody kind of asked me that earlier, you got to have 2 to 3 guys ready to go. And I mean not a drop-off. It used to be a time where your number one could be a number one. You really need 2 or 3 guys that can be that number one, that can go in, perform at a high level, and do it on a consistent basis. So I think that goes into the nature of how we recruit. It's been a lot different, and that's been for years now. So I think that's a recruiting question as well as a development question. When you get them here, it's not like, I'm gonna sit that guy. It's like, we gotta bring him along, find a role for him that can kind of get him into the flow of the game.
You didn't have a problem with 20 to 25 carries a game here. I think you might have had a problem if they split it more.
You know what? It was totally it was different. It was different. And we were more downhill, still play with a fullback. I mean, that dude is obsolete now. They don't even have, fullback. My son's looking at me like, what is that? And I'm like, the guy used to line up in front of me, used to block people. So,